And we're up.
All right. So last time you guys went down into the Queen's Grotto. Um, you found Jupiter Jones as a uh, petrified statue. I kept wanting to say paralyzed, and I knew that wasn't right. Petrified statue. Um, you saw a big lake, not a lake. That's not right, but a large room filled with contaminated water that looks odd, even for like different from other contaminated water. You also saw a fountain that wasn't contaminated for some reason. Um, but you decided to go the other direction and found a bunch of statues. Um, we were attacked by some handmaidens as you went further into the the grotto. You swiftly defeated them because they were not necessarily trained for battle. And then you found a statue of the royal family, or the last royal family. Not there isn't a current one. Where you gather that this whole place was a gift for the queen on the anniversary of her marriage to the king. And also, Finch saw one of the statue's faces twist into the form of the demon they've seen before. And he has a new power where his spear attacks will do an extra d6 of necrotic damage. Huzzah! That sound like a succinct summary?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, oh, I should probably move you guys to the map. Boop boop.
Uh, Out of curiosity, what is the ring that Hayden has called?
I don't know. Let me open his character sheet. He has a ring of free action.
Ah, that's what I was looking for.
Any particular reason we're wanting to know?
No.
Okay. Um, yeah, so most of you are still back in the room full of statues of just the queen with her face scratched off. But Amnar and Finch are in the room with the statue of the royal family. What do you guys want to do?
Can I investigate the statues in the room that I'm in? Just a quick once
Sure.
over, like, is there
Um,
a treasure chest tucked behind one, or is there some interesting tidbit of lore?
um, no treasure chest stuck behind them. Let me see. What room is that considered to be? Um, so there's not. I won't. There's not necessarily any lore, but maybe. Whoa, Finch, there you're going real far down that hallway.
No, no.
Um,
I thought Emma had already been over there.
Oh, no, I'm still back in the.
um, I'm trying to decide what to have you roll. Um, if you want to roll an insight check, insight seems like a appropriate.
On the statues?
Yeah.
They're thinking statues, obviously.
Well, I'm much less good at this.
Oh.
There we go.
For being less good, you rolled super well. Um, so yeah, this may have been obvious to you guys, or maybe not. Um, but with the statues outside and the ones in here, all seemingly being uh defaced, literally, but the rest of the statue being, I wouldn't say in pristine condition, but the faces have definitely been deliberately marred. Um, and having fought some of the handmaids, you, judging by the markings, it looks like they did this. That they've gone around statue to statue, any that they can find, and and wiping away the queen's face. Um, with an insight check like that, uh, you can probably deduce that if the queen is around, seeing seeing the face her seeing her face causes her some sort of distress, that she probably sent her handmaids around to get rid of them, or they did it of their own free will because they saw the distress it would put her in. So if you were to run into the queen, it would make sense to that maybe, just maybe, her face is a little dangerous.
All right.
Anybody else want to do anything?
Um, so this kind of path continues either north or that southwest down the hall.
Uh, yes. So, um, it's easy enough to tell that if you go north left, um, you're probably going to end up back in the same place you started. That that direction and this direction both probably go. It was just different routes to the same location. But if you go back into this room and head to the west, then you're likely to find something new.
And I used the shadow earlier to find there's like a stream that runs somewhere to the south of here,
That's correct.
but we have not seen how to get back to that, right?
Correct. If you go left down that way, you would probably you wind up uh, wherever it ended.
Well, tally ho!
All right. Let's go slowly down that hallway.
Mac, do you want to do your like shadow scout ahead sort of thing?
Sure. Did we already talk
So
about this path up here too?
yeah, it's just a big loop.
Okay. I mean, this doesn't. Isn't this just going back to where I was?
Yeah, but it's a bigger loop. Um. So yeah, stop right about there. Um, it's at this point you he start hearing voices. Yeah, voices. Go on and make a perception check. 12. Not nearly as good.
This tracks. Whenever
Uh,
I roll something I'm supposed to be good at, I roll poorly.
but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. 12 is decent. Um, yeah, so when you get about there, uh, you hear soft voices. Um, voices saying, um, we're sorry, mistress. They're they're coming. We don't know what's happening. They're coming. Everything is we don't know. Are we still in danger? What's happening? Do you know? I don't know. Like they part of it sounds like they're giving her they're giving a report. Other parts sound like they're asking her for assurances, as if almost like they're confused as to what's going on. Um, but yeah, how the doorway, I believe, is open, and let me save you the stealth roll. If you enter this area, they will see you. So how would you like to proceed?
Well,
Walk in and say hi.
I could just stealth up to like the corner just to kind of get a better view of what's going on.
Sure. Um, you could get to about right here, um, depending on yeah your stealth roll. But any further, and they will see you. Yeah, you can make it up there.
Man, I had one good roll, and I've rolled under 10 on everything else. All right, what do I see and or hear?
So yeah, peeking your head in there as much as you can anyway. You definitely see a figure that, well, you see three figures, um, feminine figures that are likely the more handmaidens, making sort of a half circle around a central figure, um, who you can make an assumption is the queen, especially as she is lounging on a couch ish sort of thing. You know, those long chair things that royalty sat in back in the day. Um, and she's, now that you're closer, you can hear, I don't care if, people are coming, they're surely coming to save us. They're surely coming to have us. Now, please, just go get me more lilies. I need more lilies. Um, but the handmaidens are still very shaken. And in addition, you see one very large uh, creature standing in the corner. Um, Maybe not corner, as this room isn't really a square, but he's standing off just to the side. He's not speaking. He's not doing anything. Um, he's just he's just there. Um, Make another perception check. Um, so it's not it's not like he's hiding it, but so it's not hard to miss the hulking figure. Some of its clothing looks like it could have potentially been uh, the the same green as the hooded lanterns wear, though it looks decidedly different. Perhaps this was an old member of the royal guard. Um, Certainly warped and twisted, but maybe it was her former bodyguard. Let me see if I can find the handout for this thing.
I don't enjoy that.
Right? I think we should talk to him.
I think hearing her voice, I will kind of stow my spear and walk in and just bow down and say, "My queen."
All right. Um, do that. Yeah, don't go
Not
into
like
the water.
Nope.
not going in.
Um, oh, going all the way up there. So,
Yeah.
why don't you? I will let you choose. I'll let you choose performance or persuasion. Well,
Uh,
before you roll, uh, going in and saying my queen, are you I'm asking because
I
I
will
might
bow.
change it to deception depending on the angle you're gonna go with this. What are you gonna say to her?
Um, we're here to rescue you. Um, and I'll roll persuasion, I guess.
Okay, so you're not trying to trick her. You're genuinely going to attempt to save her, at
Yep.
least in this moment. That's your true desire.
Yep.
Then yeah, persuasion it is. Um, okay, with a 25. Um, okay, yeah, she'll look at you and say, "Oh, now that you're close, you can also see that she is wearing a mask. You cannot see her true face right now. Um, it's one of those very oval masks, like perfectly oval and white with like red lipstick. Um, Featureless except for that. It's a very plain, very porcelain mask. And also, now that you are in this area, let me read the description for it. An underground pond fills most of this large artificial cavern. Filled by a flowing stream to the west, the water glows softly with prismatic light, and across the surface are dozens of purple pink eldritch lilies. The great roots from the trees above have broken through the ceiling in places to drink deeply from the water. An exquisitely upholstered velvet chair lounge with gold painted armrests and plush pillows is set atop several overlapping woven rugs. Scattered around the furnishings lies the extensive baggage train of a fabulously wealthy noblewoman. A mahogany of a mahogany chest of drawers is overflowing with pompous gowns, dresses, wigs, hats, shoes. An oaken an oaken coffer is brimming with elaborate jewelry, and several small containers, suitcases, and baskets are overstuffed with more clothing, artwork, gems, and coins. Several portraits and paintings are arranged about the chamber. Many paintings show a noblewoman wearing a golden necklace set with elven emeralds, but within each the face has been torn off. One painting shows the woman posing with a noble family, a young teen man and two girls, and one perhaps eight, the other no more than five, and a portly and bearded man wearing a crown. Um, that same golden necklace seen in the painting can be seen hanging around the neck of the woman you addressed as queen. But yeah, you say, "My queen, we're here to rescue you," and she'll look around to her handmaidens. She'll say, "See, I told you they were coming. Um, you all can't even stand a week down here, can you?" And she'll look back to you, Finch, and she'll say, where's everyone else? Who have you brought with you? Is Elias Drexel with you?"
Elias is a weak man. He's not
Nonsense.
even
He's the head of
well.
my royal guard.
He, he has declined poorly in your absence, but we intend to
What
right
do you
all
mean declined in my absence? We've only been down here a week or so. Did has the catastrophe claimed his life? Is he injured?
he's still alive, but ma'am, it's been like 15 years.
Nonsense. That can't be.
Do you recognize me? I Last you saw me was 15 years ago. And
And
I'll show her my signet ring.
um when you when you proclaim this and you show her the ring, a small look of recognition will wash. Well, actually, you can't see her face, but her body language, like, she sort of freezes a little bit. Um, she you see her sort of shut. She's like, "No, no," and she starts to become much more distressed. Her mask begins to slip away. Um, it doesn't come off entirely, but from that slippage, um, you a little bit of light begins to shine, um, and it does not seem an inviting type. And as she becomes more agitated, the uh, the giant figure in the corner takes a few steps towards you. Um, he does not like his queen being agitated.
I know this must come as a big shock. We have much to discuss.
No, no, it can't. And she'll look back to her handmaid. She'll like, Lilies, please, I need no this can't. And it's like she's her mind is sort of splintered. She'll begin ranting and raving about needing lilies, about needing protection. But then she'll look back to you and she'll say, Finch, is that I? No, and it's like she is her to put it simply, her mind is split, and um she is very agitated about that.
Hmm.
Anyone else wanting to do anything?
Hmm. Good question.
Doesn't seem like it's going great.
I'm.
Um, so, can I get to where I can hide and still kind of see them?
Um, if you walk into the room, they're gonna see you. There's not really any way for, especially since Finch has announced that multiple people are here. They're sort of expecting people to walk in. Um,
Well, I'm gonna like
Maybe I'll just
extra
ask
hide.
her and be like, how can we best serve you?
uh, um, going back to a bit of formality, to subservience, to treating her like the queen of past in the past. Um, she calms down a little, um, almost as if this is almost as if this is a script, as if of course you would be treating this is the way things should be. Um, and she'll say yes, of course. And you say you say you're here to rescue me. Um, we must we must go to Elias Drexel. He will be able to get us out of the city. Um,
I know where he is, and I can bring you there.
oh, fantastic! Thank you. Let us be off then. Let's go. And she'll look to her handmaid. She's like, please. Bring my lilies with me. You grab the chest, and you grab my clothing. Yes, we'll need all of this. We need to get it all out. Um, but yes, please be sure to bring the lilies. And her handmaidens will start gathering up as much as they can carry. Um, and she'll look at you all, anyone who's in the room, and say, "You also you grab some things. We must be off as quickly as possible."
So, what's our plan here, guys?
Well, now my plan is to take her to Elias Drexel.
I guess. Yeah, we're just gonna escort him to
Escort
Elias.
quest.
I mean,
Always the worst
100%,
quest, but
100% screw the hooded lanterns, but like,
hey, if she's the queen, I'm going to take her to Elias Drexel.
Yeah, he'll know what to do.
okay.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Um,
Um, so
I'll pick up a
so
few nearby
real
to be
quick,
helpful. So.
real quick, DM speaking to players here. Um,
Did you not
She
plan for
certainly.
us to take the petrification monster back to the Hooded Lanterns?
No, this is actually like it's written as this is what she wants. Um, I did think that there was a chance you guys might just kill her, um,
Right. It crossed my
but
mind, but
and it's still it. I mean, you still might decide that, but
might have to. Yeah.
let me just DM to players. Um, saying Elias Drexel will know what to do is not an accurate statement, and I
Oh yeah,
don't
I don't
think that
believe
it
that he'll
is.
know what to do with that
No,
at
yeah.
all.
No. It.
I don't think that that is metagaming to tell you that. Um,
Mm,
he is at a loss to a lot of this stuff. Now he does have Oscar Yoren there, who
hmm.
might
That's
have
even
some
better.
ideas, but Elias Drexel himself will have no clue. He was under the impression that everyone was dead.
Well, she
The
also
royal
seems to
family
have
was.
involuntary petrification face.
Yes.
Um,
We can take it back and aim it at Oscar Yorn.
well, this is
Yeah,
sort of what I'm
Um,
saying.
given Oscar Yorn those lilies, we may be able to do something for her.
very true.
Right.
And I think
Um,
that
but
just
I would also
expecting
like
that
to
she might
say,
be Medusa also would just try and not look directly at her.
yeah.
Yep.
I would also like to say that um, just like Elias Drexel thought the entire royal family was dead, so did basically everyone else.
Hmm.
Um, and you are about to taking her out of here will could I won't say will, it could potentially shift a lot of political dynamics here.
Hmm.
Um,
That could be fun too.
bringing back the Queen of Drakkenheim. Um, even in a mutated state, as she seems to have at least some of her mind left. Um, that could who knows what could happen there. Just telling you to think about potential implications of that.
Do you think any of the things I'm looking for might be here? Things she might have, like documents she might have pulled?
Um, it is unlikely that any documents would be here because most documents were kept in the archives, which are typically under um, like in temples or in vaults or things like that. Um, it wouldn't have been something she would have thought to bring, but there is certainly potential that some other items that may have given protection could have been here. She could have brought those with her.
Um,
We like maybe as we're everybody's gathering up things, kind of make some sort of an investigation check on what all is down here. Could be anything particular than just us as well.
Yes. So, um, I need where. Sorry, I did not have things pulled up um, the way I would normally have done it. Okay. So, um, you find uh, well, first of all, two big things since you're taking the time to think and sort of investigate things around here. Um, you know that the necklace around Lenore's neck is, um, first of all, a way of proving that she is who she is. It's a very famous necklace. It was famously hers. She's depicted with it in a lot of the statues and paintings that she was in. It would be pretty conclusive proof that she is who she that she is the queen, even if she's unrecognizable physically. You also could guess that said necklace is worth close to 10,000 gold. Um, she also wears a diamond ring that acts as a ring of protection, and it also bears the royal seal. Um, Most of the clothes and things that she has her handmaidens gathering, and some of you even gathering, are really mostly in ruins. They're stained, they're torn, they're ripped. Um, Once upon a time, they could have been very fine clothing, and she certainly is still acting as if they are. But even people who know nothing about fashion would be able to look at these and tell they need to be thrown out. Um,
So, is it possible I can whisper to Finch, like out of earshot?
yeah, there's enough hustle and bustle going on. You could probably manage to whisper something.
So, my first question is, what is your play here? What is the goal?
Honestly, I don't know, but if she's the queen, I have to try and help her however I can.
This is not going to be
Maybe
good.
Oscar can do something.
Do you want to put Oscar in that position of power?
No, but I want to use Oscar.
Honestly, I don't believe that Oscar is going to be able to fix this. I do very much believe that he's going to be able to take advantage of this in ways that we will not like.
Um, I would like to, with that comment that you made, I would like to go over for a moment to Amnar. Amnar, how are you feeling about that? Do you agree? Can this be fixed?
And I guess we're thinking this is also delirium, uh,
Yeah,
poisoning of some kind,
everything, everything is
right?
delirium poisoning of some kind. You're seeing this. You can see clearly
Yep.
that she has got part of her mind left. Um,
Yeah.
could her entire mind be salvaged? Or is she too far gone? Is this something that can be fixed mentally, physically, both? How are you feeling about this?
So yeah, I'll admit there's a spark of hope there, just seeing that some of her personality seems intact, even if it's kind of a mess right now. So yeah, so there is something in the back of my mind hoping, well, maybe if we can figure out how to help her, then
She is going
I have
around
my
this place petrifying people with her face.
this is very true, but I mean, I have my doubts that Oscar will be able to use her to do anything. I feel like if anything, she'll do something to Oscar. But yes, my hope is very very slim on. But at the same time,
I mean, by no
any
means you could. I'm not. You guys as a collective could attempt to lie to her, tell her you're taking her to Elias Drexel, and really take her somewhere else.
We should lead her to the Silver Order camp.
that could be fun. Right after the Ratlings leave,
I think that would
after eating
mean
their griffins.
I think that would be basically sentencing her to death.
She's a petrification lighthouse face monster.
Right. I mean, she could at least do some damage, but
I'm not sure all of us are going to take her anywhere without getting turned to stone.
yeah, there's that too. I mean, she's keeping her mask on for now, but
Yeah, and we'll lead the way.
as long as she stays calm, maybe. That's probably what happened. Is Jupiter upset her by being Jupiter?
Something certainly happened. Um, yeah. Also, while you guys are continuing to look around and everything, you do find roll roll 3d6.
Who's rolling it?
Sure, I got it.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, you find 10 uh delirium crystals scattered about the room, and looking, you weren't really paying attention before, but now the clothing that she wears, it has a few pockets, and you see more delirium sticking out of those pockets. And every now and then her hand will dart inside, and as if she's squeezing it like a stress ball or something. Um, and when she does, she like uh, like the hustle and bustle seems to be wearing on her a bit. This is clearly she thinks it's only been a week, but it's been 15 years. She hasn't been moving around like this very much, and she's older now. Um, it is wearing on her, but when she sticks her hand into her pocket and squeezes the one of the delirium crystals there, it's like it gives her a burst of energy, and she can move about more freely, and she becomes more animated. Um, yeah. But yeah, you find some crystals. Um, you you gather that total they're probably worth 500 gold. Uh, total, total. Um, right? Did I do that? Yeah, I think that's correct. Um, then um, there are a bunch of other bits and bobs and trinkets and whatnot. Um, Knock, you find another bit of, I say a bit, another item that you were looking for, and I don't know uh, what or you can tell me what sort of item this is, but this is the effect it has. I put it in the Discord chat. What sort of item would that be?
Um, I'm going to say that this is a. I think this is like a cloak.
Okay, yeah, you find. Oh,
Did something just get him? Okay.
hello?
But
Am I back?
Yeah, you made a startled exclamation and then you were gone.
Yeah, my
He was
my my roll 20. It was like I hit. It's like I restarted it, and it was weird. Um. Anyway, yeah. Digging through. Uh. Picking up a lot of these fabrics and whatnot. Um. Buried in them was a cloak, um, seemingly that your family had made, something that would have made it easy for her to escape more quickly if needed. Um, and yeah, you sort of just pocket that for yourself.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Need to give myself a
And
reminder on it. How do I change the name? There we go.
and yeah, after gathering some stuff up, um, of course, in the pond, somebody roll uh, 10d6.
I don't know how to do that many.
Uh, just do 5 twice, maybe.
Or maybe I can do. I know this will do. 10.
I know there's a 10d6. Oh, there you go.
Oh, perfect. So, yeah, you find floating in the pool, there are a total of 39 lilies. Um, the handmaidens are doing their best to grab as many as they can. Um, they are a lot of them in the pond that is formed here. But do any of you try to grab some on your own? With so many floating around, it would be no one would notice that you grab some. And even if they did, they would just think you're helping out.
Right?
But
Is
Every
it
uh,
like
fish needs
close enough
lilies.
but
to the edge?
it is in the pond, however,
Mm,
and the pond is icky.
yes, contaminated. Hmm.
Is there? Are there any that are like close enough to the edge to just grab without getting in?
Yeah, there's bound to be. Um, roll roll 2d6. 2. Oh, 6. So
Oops.
8. There you can get 8.
We get 8.
Yeah,
Okay, 8 lilies.
unless you want to try for more.
But that would be risky.
Yeah, the handmaids are splashing around a bit. They're not doing it in a crude way. They're certainly trying to remain dignified, but but yeah, they are wading out into the water to get them themselves.
Okay.
What's this giant haze hulk dude doing this whole time? Is he just kind of brooding, or
Yeah, he's pretty much just standing there.
Mm.
Just looking scary.
If like occasionally the queen will like hand him something and he'll just hold it like she hangs it off of one of his claws or whatever, and he doesn't let it drop, but he doesn't make any movements to like help either.
Does it seem aware at all?
um I mean, it is aware, like when Finch agitated the queen, it took a few steps forward. So it is clearly aware that um
Queen's moods or something, I guess. But yeah.
yeah, at the very least it is in tune with the queen to some extent. Or at least remembers its old purpose,
Mm.
and when it sees the queen upset, it thinks must protect. Um, so it is aware, but not at the same time.
But not on a
It's
high
it's
level.
it's
Yeah.
as if it's singularly focused.
Yeah. It's got one
Um,
task it's following.
it is aware of things happening around it, but only one thing matters.
Okay. Should we? Are we ready to start out with our escort quest?
I am.
So,
So we think we've
sorry,
got all the
I'm
loot.
reading something.
We think we've got all the loot. Do we even know, like, we're pretty far from the lanterns, right?
Okay. Say that again. I'm sorry.
We're pretty far from the lanterns, right?
Uh,
We weren't
let's
that terribly far, was it?
let's go to a map real quick.
I think they're like the closest gate, aren't they?
I think so. So, not the closest gate, but the second closest. So you guys are here at Queen's Park. Um, the lanterns are down here at 5.
Oh, 45 feet. That's not far.
Right? Should also remind you that you do have the clock tower, and yeah, if that was, you could also, you don't necessarily have to make it to the gate. Number 9 here, the is sort of the Hooded Lanterns. Uh, that's number 9 is more where their stronghold is. 5 is what you've interacted with, because that's, you never went into the city further than that, and that is where they try to protect. They send people here, not letting people into the city to protect them, not letting things out of the city to protect the rest of the world. But number 9 is more where their stronghold is. The City Watch barracks. So
Kind
yeah.
of want to, like, I guess, quietly confer with the party and plan to like. I want to deliver the queen to the Hooded Lanterns, but I don't want to. deliver all of the lilies. So I'd like to save some, maybe like drop a bag full of lilies somewhere along the route and like come back for them later, sort of thing.
Out of curiosity, mostly because I'm curious if it would work like this or potentially work like this. Could you, rather than just dropping the lilies or whatever, could you summon your dog and then give them to him and have him run them back to the clock tower? Like, can you give
That would,
orders like that?
yes.
Just so that they're not sitting in the middle of the city?
Yeah. I mean, as long as he doesn't get like attacked and eaten while going back
Mm.
to the clock tower, which is
Yeah, that is a potential problem. But yeah, I was just wondering if that was
because
a
yeah,
possibility.
it just costs me like 10 minutes to cast to like summon it, and then
Gotcha.
would understand and do the thing.
Gotcha. Um, so yeah, uh, back to the Queen's grotto. Are you guys going to attempt to get her out of here now?
Sure.
Yeah, and I think that we should kind of lead the way so that they're kind of behind us, and we don't kind of risk seeing a slip of the
Sure.
face.
Um, as you uh move on, yeah, she will follow, and her retinue will follow behind her. Um, as you make it into
Do you have art
this
for her,
room,
by the way?
maybe.
I was gonna
Um,
ask if you had a handout. Yeah.
we'll
But we
see.
can't see it, or we would become petrified.
Oh right. Yeah. Well, she has the mask on, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. As you get into this room, she'll.
Maybe I should make an insight check to like, are any of these other statues like we know that Jupiter Jones was like him petrified? Are any of these other statues seem like they are actual people petrified?
Uh, in this room, and in the in both rooms with the statues, no, they seem like real real statues. Mostly because they were statues of her.
Oh right.
Um, like I said, the face has been scratched away, but now that you know to look for it, you do see the uh, the facsimile of her golden necklace on most of them. Um, they that wasn't marred away. Um,
And the rest of the
however,
dwarf
however,
seem
all the
like
ones that were outside, uh, can't really say.
Maybe, maybe not.
yeah.
But yeah, she'll get into this room and she'll say, "Oh, I remember this gift. This was when my husband had this commissioned. It was such a delight. How kind of why who has defaced who has defaced this?"
We were wondering that too.
Um,
Those youths.
Right? Yeah. They
Don't
use their
worry,
hula hoops.
your guards will find them and make them pay for what they've done. I guess that's deception.
uh,
Do you need If you want me to roll it.
No. Were you saying that in earnest or as a joke?
I, no, actually, like trying to calm her down.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That would be need a deception, but it won't be terribly high.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll say, "Oh, good. Any rapscallions who did this, they deserve what's coming to them." Then, yeah. Um, they will. She will continue to follow. They will continue to follow. Um, as
And
you
we'll take
get
a
deeper,
low pace so as not to like stress her more than
well,
absolutely necessary.
that's what I was gonna let you know is that as you guys get deeper, I say deeper. I guess the correct term is shallower as you're coming up from underground. As you get closer to the surface, she does become more and more agitated. Not nearly as agitated or animated as she was when you were telling her it had been 15 years, but it's like her mind wants to go to Elias Drexel. She sees you. She knows that this is what she wants, but there's a part of her that wants to stay. A part of her that it's not that she necessarily wants to stay, but she yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's like she can't, there's not anything keeping her here, but her body is almost acting discordant with what her mind says she wants. Um, Amnar and Nock, are you guys coming
Oh,
along or no?
I spaced out. There we go. Here
I'm
we
not sure which way we went.
To directly to the left.
I'm stuck on this hallway. Hold on. Oh,
go.
my shadow is like lodged in the wall.
Sorry.
Just drop me behind the party.
As we pass Jupiter Jones, I'll kind of comment offhandedly to the Queen that I've always liked this particular statue of your nephew.
Uh, yeah. She'll say, "Oh, that does bear such a very striking resemblance to him. Um, when was this commissioned? Why would why would it be commissioned here? He's not of Drakkenheim. We're we're originally from Caspia. Why is my nephew's statue?" And she's becoming much more irritated.
It must be a gift.
Oh, and you're gonna need to make a persuasion check there because yeah. Okay, good.
This
Um,
is why he's the leader of the Finches.
now I'm gonna pause for just a second and knock. With Finch just dropping a line about Jupiter Jones being her nephew. Um, that is when you guys came down here, I had you do a history roll, and that is the roll that you failed. How is that? How does that sit with you, discovering or relearning that Jupiter Jones is her nephew.
I was gonna say, I feel like this is one of those things that, like, you know, a lot of these families are just related to everybody.
Yeah,
Because he's not in the Drakkenheim bloodline, though.
no, she wasn't either. She
Right.
married into it. Yeah,
Right.
they're from Caspia.
So it's not like he's here to, like, be an heir or something.
No, um, though if uh, he would have as strong of a claim as anyone if he wanted to do that, but I mean, there's no real heir, right? So he could say I'm the queen's nephew. Uh, it's not a strong claim, but he could make it. Um, but it based on the fact that he's down here, based on the fact that his henchman wanted you to save her, it seems like he wasn't necessarily trying to make a claim. He was trying to save his aunt.
And she turned him into statuary.
But yeah, with that persuasion check, she she calms down a little, and finally she makes it here to the fountain, and she says, "Just." She
Oh,
seems
yeah, the
very
one clear
tired.
fountain.
Yep, and
gonna gonna
it is
ready an action to shoot if she goes ballistic.
it is just a fountain. I promise.
Right, but she's about to
Um,
see her crazy face and then go crazy face on us.
she is about to see her crazy face. You are correct on that.
I'll kind of guide her away and be like, Queen, this way, this way.
Um, she seems very tired. It's only been, it really has not been that long of a walk. But the further she's gotten from that pool, the more weary she's become. And she'll say, just a moment. I need a drink. And she'll call for one of her hand. She'll say, you, I don't know, make up a handmaiden name. Uh, Jessica, please just bring me a lily. I need a lily. Um, and she sort of slumps there next to the fountain as one of her handmaidens brings her a lily.
I'll try to urge her along calmly and be like, shall we rest in the cool fresh air up above? Some fresh air might do you some good.
Oh, that that does sound nice. But she is very tired, so I'm going to need you to make one more persuasion check. All right. Yeah, she does not look in the pool. She takes you for your word, and you guys are able to make it out of the underground grotto. Um, and out of Queen's Park. Um, with that, you all level up.
Woohoo!
Um, and we will pick up from there next week. Because I did not prepare anything else. Because I definitely thought you guys were gonna fight her.
The night is young.
Right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she could still ape on us.
That's why I asked if everybody was on the same page about killing the queen.
But yeah,
Right.
since you guys have successfully gotten her out of here, uh, and you will not be fighting her at least at this point. Here is her handout without her mask.
Oh my gosh.
There was no handout that included her mask,
Huh.
so I didn't want to show it to you until
Right. Until we were, yeah.
it fell off.
How fun.
And yes, that is what happened to Jupiter Jones. He was unable to convince her not to look at herself, and she went a little ballistic and froze him. And
Oh, that would make sense why it happened there. That was
yeah,
the clue. That was the clue we missed.
Okay, that was, yeah, the perfectly clear, clean water that, yeah,
well,
that we were
um,
suspicious of.
to be totally honest, there is literally nothing written about the clean water. It
Right.
just is. Um, Originally, if you all had not gone to the clock tower, you were going to meet Jupiter Jones in the garden itself and theoretically help him. um, but when you decided to divert yourselves to the clock tower and then do a rest there, um, Jupiter Jones couldn't sit around waiting on you, so he
Right.
had to go in. I mean, he was going in alone anyway, but when you guys saw him rushing out of the town in Emberwood Village, he was coming here to save her before a war started. Uh, that's why he was in a rush, because it seems very much likely that a war is brewing between the Hooded Lanterns and the Silver Order, and he wanted to get his aunt out of here.
Oh,
Yeah, I try to drop some clues, but yeah.
Right.
Anyway, when I decided that he was going to be petrified, um, yeah, that is the reason I dropped him here instead of somewhere else. I think ahead sometimes. Not often, but sometimes.
did Rule 20 just crash for everybody?
I've
I'm still
closed
in
it
it.
already, so.
I'm still in
It's-
it, so no.
It crashed for me and is not like coming back up.
Mm.
I wonder if I do something, will it crash? Because right now I'm just sitting there not doing anything.
This is gonna be a good level to level up to for me and
Yeah,
for
it
everybody.
doesn't show that you're in roll 20 anymore, Colin.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it back up. I think it's
Very
not even
strange.
roll 20. I think it's something with my internet browser is just like not pulling up anything. But Discord is still working. So what the
Yeah,
heck?
I can change the heading on this. You guys aren't level 6 anymore. You're 7.
What?
Oh, this is where I get my aura. That's gonna just. I'm so tired of failing all of my saves, and and hopefully this will help. Black got a cool cloak.
Yep, and I leveled up and finally got my first ASI slash feat. Three levels after everyone else.
Oof. I have to remember how to do level up. I don't remember.
On your character sheet, if you let me pull up Hayden's or someone's. So yeah, on your character sheet, you'll see core bio spells
Uh-huh.
and then a gear next to it. Hit the gear, scroll down, and then there's launch level plus character mancer.
Yeah.
Do not do launch level 1. That'll send you back to the beginning. Do level plus.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream while we all level up. Bye, everybody.